Good evening and welcome to the virtual Erma Bombeck Writers Competition, sponsored, of course, by our host, the Washington Township Centerville Library. Virtual technology. Who knew we would be here? There are writers in this audience who have won this competition many months ago and have been waiting to receive their awards. This is a weird and strange time that we live in with all the technology and such. And I go back to when I was preparing this to my mom and her attempts at technology. In the early 90s, her syndicate said, you should get a computer and start writing on your computer and sending us our stuff via computer. So I bought her a computer and we spent hours getting it set up because that's what you had to do in those days. And she sat down and you had the little disc and everything. And she sat down at the computer, she typed a few things and she goes, where do I put my paper in? And I said, there is no paper. It all happens at the end. And she goes, I can't use this. Computers don't write funny. So she went back to her IBM Selectric. So this is difficult technology, but it's wonderful that we can all be here together when we can't be close together. I want to say that the Centerville Library was an important part of my life and my family's life. My mom used to take us all the time, every week, at least once a week when we were little, and we would get books. I probably read the entire Nancy Drew collection. We went to the library often, and I thought of what it would be like to write a book. And then my mom started doing it. But what I needed to realize was the writing background of both my parents, Bill and Erma Bombeck. My mother started writing when she was a child. She used to write about funny little things that happened in her neighborhood and sell it to the neighbors at, like I think it was a nickel a copy or something like that. And then she went on to write and work at the Dayton Journal-Herald. She was a copy girl. My dad was a copy boy. They met. He wrote sports. She wrote obituaries and other things. They went on and were at the University of Dayton together. And then mom after their marriage, they got me and then my brothers, Andy and Matt. Mom's writing didn't really stop. She wrote all of our school plays. She wrote little things on our lunch boxes. She wrote funny letters to family and friends. My dad used to say he couldn't wait when he was in the army to get her letters because they were so funny. When she was at the University of Dayton was where she first came with this from Tom Price, you can write. And those were the words that were to hold her through her entire career. She went on to write 13 some best-selling books. She was in over 900 newspapers when she passed. She wrote magazine articles. She even had a series or a sitcom in the 80s. She did love writing. And that's what this whole competition is about. Writing, writers, how important it is to be a writer, to bring humor in the world. And this is a time when humor is needed more than ever. We had a lot of writers of the family, my mom, my dad, my brother, both my brothers have written. My brother Andy has a very humorous series about his travels. My brother Matt has written for television for years. My father loved to write. And in reading, we all read. However, my dad had I think to let us know that he read something he had War and Peace on their bedside table for, I think it was 10 or 15 years. But about writers and writing, my mom wrote in humor, there is a thin line that separates laughter and pain, comedy and tragedy, humor and hurt. She was best known for her humorous writings, but she did like to add in her serious writings, some of which are well known. When God Created Mothers, When God Created Fathers, and If I Had My Life to Live Over. These are all important things. But humor is the one that brought us all here tonight. We love to laugh as a family. We love to laugh with each other. I am honored to be here to represent my parents, Bill and Erma Bombeck, to represent the Bombeck family, to continue this humor writers tradition at the University of Dayton and the competition at the Centerville, Washington Township Library. I praise all the winners of the awards tonight. I look forward to hearing your humor writings in the 4 categories. And I also praise and honor the hundreds of writers who sent in humorous essays for this contest who were not the winners. Humor will sustain us throughout all this. If you can't make it better, you can laugh at it. And that was what my mom told us. That's what she told us all. So tonight, let's laugh with all these winners. Let's keep on writing for everybody who's out there. And remember, you can write. Thank you, and let's have some fun.